Next slide, please. Okay, no, back. One back. Yes. Okay, here's a giant rotating disco ball I built. It's 4 meters by 4 meters. It says Allah, God in Arabic, and it's covered by tiny mirrors. Music accompanies this, and you're invited to dance rather than kill under the light of God. Disco is preferable. Next slide, please. Okay. The piece tries to create a bridge between cultures and religions. I am searching for a God that transcends boundaries. Here I placed Allah in a church in Italy. We lit it up with pink lights, and people were invited to come and dance, to forget what tears us apart and remember what brings us together. This piece is called Peace Be Upon You. Next slide. Okay. One back, please. Yes. Most of my work is reactionary to where I live. The Allah sculpture is inspired by a real monument in the northern city of Tripoli in Lebanon. Tripoli has been in the news a lot lately as it's the connecting city between Beirut and Damascus. Here you can see hundreds of protests around the monument Allah, which in reality is a large marble sculpture in the middle of a very busy roundabout. Next slide. Oh, yes. But in my world, I prefer people dancing around Allah. I think there is a big difference between popular culture and kitsch. Popular culture is an international language. It builds bridges and brings people together. It can destroy stereotypes if used in the right way, and it can promote peace because it's so accessible. I strongly believe that my work should speak a language that people know how to use. Peace should be completely accessible. My pieces at the Mori today are reactionary to a propaganda flyer that was dropped on me by the Israeli army during their invasion of Lebanon in 2006. I worked to transform an object of violence into a celebration of life, through a transformation into something beautiful. I truly believe that humor is a strong tool to tear down walls, and love is the foundation that will build our bridges. Today, poets have become a rare species. In Beirut, war and politics are always on the forefront. There's little support or funding for the arts, and free thinkers are often put down, threatened, and sometimes even killed. But I am very lucky because I have a powerful army behind me, an army of pink. Next slide, please. Okay, no, one back, yes. So, no, the pink dress, yes, okay. My pink army. So, this is a dress I wear every year during the Beirut International Marathon. I wear this big pink wedding dress and run around the streets of Beirut in an attempt to spread peace and love. I've passed out flowers to hundreds of people over the last 10 years. and even some kisses every now and then. Honestly, I don't know if it's working, but I do know that I'm trying my best. And the fact that I can still fit into the same dress after 10 years is a great sign. In 2006, I kept a blog during the Israeli invasion. With each bomb that fell, I felt more compelled to love. It was a self-defense mechanism. Love would keep me alive. And just like Shahrazad from the 1001 Nights, I believed that by writing every day, it would bring me a new day. I wrote about life under the bombs, about my best friend Maya, who eventually passed away soon after the war ended, about the environmental disasters caused by the war. 2 years later, I wrote a book, Beirut, I Love You, which I am now adapting into a feature film dedicated to Maya. Next slide, please. Okay. Beirut is a city I will never give up on, and it's something that I think I will continue to explore for the rest of my life. We have a very special love-hate relationship. We always seem to be courting death, walking a tightrope. We live like there's no tomorrow because that way of life has been ingrained in us after so many decades of war. But I do think that as artists, we can change the world we live in. We can help put an end to wars, and we can help transform violence. Next slide. Yes, that's my grandfather. I would like to close with the story of my grandfather. During the war in the 80s, there was heavy fighting in his village and everyone evacuated. But he decided to stay. Call it pride if you will. Huge bombs fell all around him, but with every opportunity he had, he would sneak out and plant a tree in the space where a bomb fell. Today, if you decide to visit him in Alé, you will find a line of beautiful trees leading up to his home. After the war, they renamed his street to Shera Azhur, Flower Street. Thank you.